Hello world! Today I would like to talk about Aphantasia 2.7.4 and its features and how to control it. So before we dive in, for those who are new here, what is Aphantasia? Aphantasia is a social space where you can create, associate, and explore a so-called thoughts. These thoughts are just pieces of text that can have shape, color, position in space and time, and most importantly can be associated to other thoughts. So if you imagine a comment section that can be viewed as a sort of a graph, and Aphantasia visualizes these connections and allows you to reply to more than one thought. That's, you can create not just replies but associations as well. And it's going to be developed in the coming months into a version that's going to be published. Right now it's available at aphant.dev as a development preview, so it's not yet fully finished. It's a little buggy and it's a little slow, but it gets the job done. And I would like to show you some features that I've been working on. The first, a very important feature of Aphantasia is so-called epochs. The graph of Aphantasia can be arbitrarily big. So how do you display it to the end user so that it's practical and clear and just a nice experience? My take on it is to take this graph that can be as big as you can imagine and sort of slice it into these little discrete time segments called epochs. So the point is that new thoughts are continually positioned in space based on their associations. If this thought is connected to this thought, they are going to always attract one another. And these two are not connected, so they will repel one another. I hope you can see that on screen right now. And as they are layouted, there are going to be more and more of these thoughts until a threshold is reached. Currently, this threshold is set to 300 thoughts. And once that happens, these thoughts are then frozen in space and they form a new epoch. So let's actually look at how we can navigate these epochs. We can access the mode menu, which is right here. It's the big button. And when we click on epochs, we'll be presented with what is essentially a pseudo epoch. It's not epoch just yet. It is just the latest 300 thoughts, where you can go either forwards or backwards. When you go forwards, you will see the epoch to be, which is the thoughts that don't yet have epoch associated. They haven't yet been sort of frozen to form a new epoch. So this space is being continually layouted. It's going to be positioned based on what's new here and based on the thoughts that are added. And when we go back, we will see the first epoch. So currently there is only one epoch on Aphantasia, and in the future there can be whatever the number will reach up to. And you can cycle or like navigate through these pages in a book. So that's epochs. And then we'll move to another feature, which is the exploration mode. Now, exploration mode allows you to sort of explore thoughts that are not loaded on screen currently. And it does so in two ways, in two sort of features. The first one is that the neighboring thoughts are dynamically loaded. And the second is that neighboring thoughts have a halo effect on them. Let's actually demonstrate that on a real example. When we take a look at the latest context, you can see that, actually let's take a look at the first epoch. You can see that the first epoch, it looks like this. So these are the frozen in time epoch 1 thoughts. These will not change ever. But when I go forwards in time, you can see that the epoch sort of developed further. It grew some more thoughts right here. For example, this long, what do you call it, branch, I guess. is sprouting from the first epoch. So when I go to the devlog 8, what's that? A hollow effect appeared. It's actually a little off center. I'm going to have to work on that. And this hollow effect means, hey, there is something to be explored beyond this thought. So when I click on it, new thoughts will appear that might not have been loaded at first. So devlog 10 leads to devlog 11, which leads to devlog 12. There is something beyond this thought as well. So when I click on it, I get this conversation right here, and I can explore the thoughts that are around me at every single point, even without having to like switch epochs and stuff like that. So let's go back to my cluster from earlier, and let's take a look at profiles. Profiles can be accessed through the username. So when you click on a username, you will get the profile graph. Now, this is my profile, so my name is Aleš, I like graphs, and these are the thoughts that I have created. The graph view also displays all of the thoughts that I have replied to. So, for example, this green thought right here is asking for a favorite planet, and I answered Saturn, and therefore this thought right here is going to be on my profile graph. And as you saw, I can also navigate from the profile graph using the exploration view to always navigate through the neighborhood that is available in this profile graph. And thus you can sort of move your way through many different contexts and places on Aphantasia and epochs and stuff like that. So the exploration is really what's going to be quite interesting, I think, in the future. Okay, the next in my little cluster here is the settings mode. The settings mode can be accessed from the mode menu. And once again, I can see my profile graph. And in my profile graph, I can change a few things, and I can also log out. I'm not going to demonstrate logging out, but I can change my bio. So I'm a crappy YouTuber and I have a green color. And when I save this, I'm going to see that my profile has turned all green, which also reflected the color of the epoch, which is again very, very green, because I'm the most active user on this place, surprisingly so. I think that's it for the profile graphs. Oh, actually, one more thing. I would just like to show you the stuff that's happening, because Hazel has created a new thought right now. This is Hazel's profile, and they are playing a chess match, which is quite long already. And you can see that since they are continually sort of replying to each succeeding node, both of these players, or both of these users, have their chess match on their profile in its entirety. So that's one sort of emergent feature of the fact that everything you reply to will be on your profile graph. Okay, back to my cluster here, and I will show you the write mode. The write mode can be accessed through here, and it will spawn a new thought that will be created once you click publish. So I will create an association, and I would like to do a few things here. First of all, look, up here I have a new thought in my inbox. So when I click on it, I can see that Chaos has some thoughts about where was it? About the exploration. Where was it? Yeah. When following a conversation or a graph chain, it is cross epochs, right? So I would like to sort of reply to this and navigate chaos to the cluster that I have created, which is right here, which sort of explains what he's asking right there. So I'm going to go back to the write mode, and I'm going to do a few things. First of all, I'm going to link chaos's thought, which is right here. I would like to quote from it, so I will click quote, and I will go through here, and I will just select this piece of text, and there it goes. The links in the thought creator look a bit messy. That's because they have to have these long UUIDs, which are the the real identifiers of the thoughts. And then they have some text which can be arbitrary. So in the text view, it looks like this, which is, again, a little bit messy, but once you publish it, the link is going to look like this. So it's going to be this blue underlined text where I can reply something to it, and I will reply, yes, that's essentially how it works. You can find more, and I would like to just type here and make it a link. So again, I will click link, I will click exploration mode, I will put custom in here, and I will put here, confirm, and you can find more here, which will look like this. So when following a conversation or a graph chain, it is cross epochs, right? Yes, that's essentially how it works, and you can find more here. Now notice that I didn't just reply, I created an association. So these two clusters right here will be linked forever because I linked them by my association. Now when I click publish, this thought will sort of blink out and in existence, and it will be created. So when I go back to the epochs, the association will be right here at the top, and it will be doing its job as a proper thought should. Finally, I didn't put that in the cluster right here, but there is also a chat here. The chat is currently a little bit of an afterthought. It's not very used, and it's not very good either. But it's I think there is something to be explored here, right? I think it has some potential. So I can create a new message. I can click send, and it will put the message right here on top of this spacey background. Now when I click my new message, I can reply to it. I can go hello, not U-boot, YouTube. Hello YouTube, I can send it, and this is real time. So if other users had the chat open, they would see the message appear in real time. So yeah, that's Aphantasia. That's how it works. I hope you found it interesting, and I will see you next time.